Inspire with Nendrix, the foundation.
Hey, Embracing Arms community, this is Dr. Danielle Hairston with Your Best Life, and I'm coming back to you with another 5-minute quickie or less. I'm just wanted to share some reflection. I had a conversation with my son today, and it was a really deep conversation about trauma and how sometimes our words and our actions and our behaviors causes trauma in people in ways that we may not even know and realize that it's impacted them and that they may have carried it, for a very long time. And so he was talking about a young, beautiful a young lady that he knew in high school who he thought was absolutely beautiful, but because she wasn't popular, he didn't really, invest a lot of time in like romanticizing a potential relationship with this young lady, even though he knew that she cared about him in that way. And so he had she had befriended him, and he befriended her because he was a very friendly person. But for Valentine's Day, she gifted him all of these amazing gifts, and he gave her a rock instead. And he remembered very clearly. He remembered how pretty much coy he was about giving her this rock and not really caring about how it may have impacted her. And to this day, he always said that he always thought that she was the most beautiful woman he's ever met. And I said, well, why would you have done that? If you really had that much respect for her, and he's like, I was just young and just ignorant and just not really considering like how those things may have impacted her. And so I shared with him my own story of having something similar happening to me when I was a young person, and how, while I don't think that it has damaged me, I definitely believe that it influenced the way I engage in relationships. And so I encouraged him to reach out to that young person, and while she's an adult now, but I said, there were probably, you just don't know the weight that she may have carried with that happening to her as a young person. And you may have been the 20th person to do something like that to her. And it could have potentially changed the trajectory of her life. And I, encouraged him to reach out to her and just reflect on that. Say, I was just thinking about this thing that I did and this behavior, back in the day, and I don't know how it may have impacted you, and it may not have impacted you at all, but I'm thinking about it, so it's bothering me, and I just want to acknowledge that and apologize. That could go a long way. You just don't know how your words can really, really have a long-term impact on someone. So pick up the phone, and give that person a call and let them know that you're thinking about them, and let them know that you apologize for that particular behavior. You might lift their spirits in a way that they had not imagined it to be. So that's just my 5-minute quickie. Call someone and let them know that you are apologizing for your behavior that could have had a major impact on the trajectory of their lives. So that's just my 5-minute quickie today. Go out in the community and embrace someone. They're waiting on you. And in the meantime, continue to live your absolute best life.
My La Casa boy, this is my residence. My prescription boy, this is my medicine. The world can be sickening, living in house resemblance. Not to mention the media's effort to keep us in the most simplistic state of mind. Lowest age bracket committing the highest rate of crime.